Welcome to Mystic Fitness Monday Morning Flow. We're coming to you from Victory Field in Framingham. I have the lovely Karina behind me this morning. Just a couple of announcements. We're out here every morning, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. We also have some afternoon and evening classes on the field. Wednesday, 6 p.m. We have Saturday at 4 p.m. And don't forget about Rockin' Vinyasa this Monday, today, at 6 p.m. Yeah, so Rockin' Vin out here on the field tonight with Amy. So join us if you can. And always check the schedule for more classes as we add them often. So this morning we're going to actually start on our backs. So get comfortable. I'm going to offer Supta Baddha Konasana. And I know sometimes you may not feel ready for that at the beginning of class. So I like to bring my blocks right underneath my thighs. So you're going to lay down, bring your feet together, and allow your knees to drop open. And the blocks are just there to support you, give you a little extra support. And if that's really not working for you, you can also bring your feet wide and then drop the knees in instead. So you decide which one you want. And we'll all meet there. And I'm going to invite you to close your eyes and just settle in. And if it feels nice to you, bring one hand to your belly and one hand over your heart. And just start connecting to your breath there. And we'll start some gentle belly chest breath. So keeping your eyes closed, you're going to breathe into your belly. You're going to feel that hand rise. And then you'll breathe into your chest, continuing the inhale until that chest rises. And then as you exhale, you'll exhale from your belly and exhale from your chest. And we'll continue with that a couple of times. So inhale, fill the belly. Keep that inhale going till you feel that chest rise. And then exhaling from the belly and exhaling from the chest. We're going to keep that belly chest breath going. And as you do, just start to notice if you have any tension or tightness in areas of the body. And as you deepen your breath, you'll start to pull breath into those spaces and release that tension. So just start really feeling that breath as it goes into the back body, up to the shoulders. And as you exhale, just start to release all of that tightness and tension. And while we're here, quietly set an intention for your practice here this morning. Begin to lengthen through the breath if you can. Trying to find even inhales and exhales. Let's take a couple of cleansing breaths here. So I'm going to have you bring your feet to the floor. Walk them out nice and wide and then drop the knees in. It's a nice posture to come into after that Supta Baddha Konasana. And just allow your arms to float down by your sides. Take a nice deep breath in and sigh it out. Again, deep breath in. As you exhale, pull the belly in. One more time, inhale, and exhale. All right, gently bring your knees up into your chest. Wrap your arms around your legs. Give yourself a little hug, little squeeze, rocking side to side here. And then pausing in your center, you're going to start to rock back and forth. So maybe bring your hands behind your thighs, just under the knees here, and just start to rock back and forth until you find yourself in a nice seated position. We're going to make our way into tabletop pose from here. So come onto hands and knees. And you're going to stack your joints, so wrists under your shoulders and hips right above the knees. And really root down through the hands. I actually want you to fan your fingers out to the sides a little bit, wrapping those arms in. And find a nice long neck too. So you're going to pretend that the edge of your mat right in the front is the edge of a cliff. You're trying to peer over that cliff. That's going to keep your neck nice and long and straight. And I'm going to remind you throughout practice to do the same. So when you're doing your chaturangas, you're in your high plank, we always want to do that. Now just rock your hips side to side, so left and right. Try to pull your shoulder and your hip together on the same side, just alternating sides. Nice gentle way to open up the side body. So right hip, right shoulder, left hip, left shoulder, side to side here. Now as you find your center once more, we'll take a few cow and cat stretches. So as you inhale, drop the belly, raise the head, pull back on the hands slightly to pull the heart forward, and exhale, round, bring chin to chest, press the floor away from you. Big breath in, drop the belly, raise the head, and exhale to round. One more, inhale, and exhale, find your cat pose. We're going to come right into downward dog now. So bring your hands maybe a little bit forward, tuck your toes, and go ahead and pick your hips right up. Send those heels down and begin to walk it out. So bending one knee at a time. And we're going to together just work on this down dog a little bit. So as you inhale, let's come up high on the toes, nice and high. You're going to bend your knees, bring your belly to your thighs. You're going to see that you can flatten out your wrists quite a bit. That's always a good check in down dog, is to see how flat you can get your wrists. Your next in-breath, shoot those hips straight up and then press the heels back. And see if you can keep that flatness in your wrists. And you want to try to get your heels to the floor, but it doesn't always happen, right? So that's just the action happening in the legs. And then again, just gently walk it out. Big breath in and out. Another good check here is to inhale, come up high on the toes. And then as you exhale, find your high push-up and pause. And just notice how much movement you had to do in order to get your shoulders right above the wrists, right? And that nice long neck again, looking at that cliff at the front of your mat. Engaging the legs, squeeze hard, pull the belly in. Big breath in. And exhale, press back to down dog. Try not to move your hands and feet too much. All right? Let's try that again. Inhale, come up high on the toes. Exhale, find your high push-up. This time, drop the knees, okay? And we're going to take some Yogi Push-Ups. So again, wrap the arms in. Keep your neck nice and long. Big breath in. Exhale, lower halfway down, hugging elbows in. Press right back up. Exhale, come halfway down. Inhale, push right back up. 3 more. Last one. And this time I'm going to have you come all the way down. So big breath in. Exhale, come all the way down to the floor. You're going to bring the tops of your feet nice and flat. And you're going to bring your hands back. So I want your elbows to point straight back. It's like you're a little grasshopper or a cricket. Squeeze those shoulder blades together and bring your chin down to the floor. On your next in-breath, I want you to press your feet down hard and lift your chest and your chin, low cobra. Again, neck is nice and long. We don't need to crank our neck up. Big breath in. Exhale and lower down. One resting breath. We're going to try that again. On your next in-breath, go ahead and press down on the tops of the feet as you lift chest and chin. Low cobra. If you want to come into up dog, go ahead, press into the hands and tops of feet and lift the thighs up. One more big breath in. And then we'll all make our way back to downward facing dog. In breath and out breath. Gently bend your knees, look to your hands, and step your feet to the front of your mat. Inhale, find your halfway lift. And exhale to forward fold. Keep the knees nice and soft. We're coming into a rag doll. Wrap your arms around your head. So opposite hand to opposite elbow. And keep your knees as soft as you need to so that you're not tugging on the back of the legs or the lower back. So your head hangs nice and heavy. We're lucky to have the smell of fresh cut grass here this morning. Smells really good. And in your ragdoll, again, maybe just soften a little bit more. Take your thumbs and actually bring them into the hip crease. Sometimes this is a good check for me that I'm actually bending at the hips and not trying to pull from my lower back. So if you bring your thumbs right in that hip crease, bend your knees, and then fold over your thighs, and then hang. Just see if you can get yourself a little heavier here. Again, arms can wrap if that feels okay, or you can bring them to the floor. Just a couple more breaths. Now really root down through the feet, and as you inhale, keep your arms where they are around your head. Find that halfway lift and pause. As you exhale, come back down, forward fold. Again, in breath, halfway lift. Exhale and bow forward. Maybe each time you bow forward, you can find a little bit more straightness in the legs, but don't lock the knees. All right, gently release your hands. Bring your big toes together. Feet can be up to hips width distance if that's more comfortable for you. And let's sweep the arms high. Big breath in. Exhale and bow forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Look at the edge of the cliff. Exhale and forward fold. Big breath in. Sweep it all the way up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and bow forward. This time, inhale, sweep it all the way up. We're going to bring a little chair pose into it, but we're not going to hold it quite yet. So inhale, get nice and long. As you exhale, sit in chair, squeeze your elbows back. In breath, sweep it right back up. Exhale and sit down. Big breath in and reach. Exhale and sit. 2 more. Breath in and breath out. Breath in and breath out. This time we're going to find twists here. Inhale, twist to the right. Exhale and sit. Inhale, sweep up. Other side to the left. Inhale, sweep it high. Exhale and sit. Big breath in and out. Inhale. Right side. This is the last set. Inhale, sweep it up. And exhale, sit down. Big breath in, sweep it high. Stay here. We're going to work a little bit on our balance early this morning. So you're going to root down through your feet. Find all your weight in that right foot. Come up on the left toe. Now really grip the mat with those right toes. Maybe lift and separate. Grip that mat. And then float the left knee up. Both feet are flexed here. Find a drishti in front of you. A drishti is a point of focus. Your eyes lock there. Big breath in. As you exhale, send that leg back, crescent lunge. So in your crescent lunge, keep that back knee soft. Allow the tailbone to point down. And separate your feet so you have a nice wide foundation. Big breath in. Exhale, drop that back knee down. Arms come into cactus. Big breath in, push up. Exhale and press down. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more. Big breath in and up. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, warrior 2. So warrior 2, front foot intersects the back foot. Hips are nice and level and arms reach. Flip that front palm, inhale and reverse. Exhale and extended side angle. Big breath in and reverse. Exhale and extend. Inhale and reverse. Exhale and extend. 2 more, breath in. And out. Last one. Cartwheel those arms all the way down around that right foot. Sweep that right leg back, sweep it high. Bend the right knee, open the hip, flex the foot. So try to keep those shoulders nice and square. Again, neck is nice and long. No need to strain it. Big breath in and out. Inhale, kick that right leg back up nice and high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, kick it high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, kick it high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walk it out. Big breath in. And long breath out. One more breath here. And exhale. We're going to bend our knees, look to our hands, and step our feet to the front. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and bow forward. Sweep it up and rise all the way up. Exhale, sit in your chair, squeeze your elbows. Inhale, sweep it up high. Exhale, sit down. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale and sit. Big breath in and out. Big breath in and out. Here we go with our twists. Big breath in. Exhale to the right. Inhale, sweep. Exhale to the left. Breath in. Breath out right. Inhale. Exhale left. One more set. Last one. Inhale, sweep, and stay. So again, we're going to bring that balance back into it. This time, all the weight goes into the left foot. So come up on that right toe. Begin to really grip the mat with your left toes, right? Right toes can stay grounded until you feel good. Pull the belly in, find your drishti. And right knee is going to float. Flex both feet. And pause here. Find your balance. It can be especially challenging here out on the field. And then when you're ready, you'll find your Crescent Lunge. Take your time setting it up. So again, soften the back knee. Get the foundation nice and wide. And begin to settle. Couple of breaths, finding your balance. Oh, I see a bunny. Or maybe a squirrel. Big breath in, reach up. Exhale and drop that knee. Squeeze elbows back. Inhale, rise. Exhale and squeeze. Big breath in and out. Two more. Last one. Inhale, get nice and tall. We exhale, come to warrior two. So again, just take time to set it up. It's our first time in warrior two this morning. Front foot intersects back foot, hips are nice and level, and arms reach. So we're not leaning forward, it's our arms really reaching. Fire through those arms. Flip that front palm, inhale in reverse. Exhale and extend. Inhale and reverse. Exhale and extend. Three more sets. Breath in and breath out. Inhale and exhale. Last one, big breath in. Exhale to cartwheel hands all the way down. Sweeping left leg high, leave it there. Bend the knee, open up the hip. So keep pressing down through that right heel. You'll feel a beautiful stretch through the right leg. And then try to concentrate on getting your shoulders square to the front as you open up that left hip. Big breath in and out. One more breath here. And then lift that leg high. Take a nice in breath. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lift it high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lift it high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lift it high. Exhale, downward facing dog and walk it out. Take a few resting breaths. If you need child's pose right now, you can bring the knees down. Big toes touch behind you, and then reach your arms forward. So you can feel free to rest in either down dog or child's pose. It's a good time for some water. We're going to just take a few breaths here of rest. Drawing breath in and breath out. All right, we're going to go through another flow here. We're going to take full twisting chair, okay? So to get there, let's bend our knees, look to our hands, and step our feet. In breath, find that halfway lift. Exhale and bow forward. Let's drop the hips now. So bring the hips down nice and low. And maybe lift the toes off the mat just to send more weight back into the heels. And then as you're ready, you're going to pick chest and arms up. So heart shines forward. Again, there's a little bit of a tug in the shoulder blades, hips back. Bring your hands out in front of you. Your palms are together. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, you're going to karate chop over to the right. Bring that left arm to the outside of that right thigh. And then as you exhale, you're going to sweep that right arm up. As you inhale, pull the crown of your head forward. As you exhale, open up your twist. Big breath in and long breath out. Big breath in and long breath out. One more inhale and exhale. Next in breath, take your time, sweep all the way high. As you exhale, forward fold and bow. In breath, halfway lift. Exhale and bow. Separate your feet. We're going to take another forward fold here. Take your peace fingers, wrap them around your big toes. Soften your knees and then go ahead and pull yourself down. Shake your head out, releasing from that deep twist. Sometimes when I'm grabbing my toes, it feels really good to come into a halfway lift on my inhale and then pull myself down on my exhale. You can try that. Play with it a little bit. All right, gently release. Bring those big toes back together. And on your next in-breath, you find a halfway lift. Exhale and bow. Bring your seat down now. Again, maybe lift the toes up off the mat. Send your weight back into the heels. When you're ready, rise up. As you exhale, see if you can sink a little deeper. Big breath in and out. Hands come out in front of you, palms touch. Big breath in. And karate chop the other side, left side, right arm to the outside of that left thigh. And reach the left arm up. Now gaze can go up to the sky. You still want to keep the crown of the head tugging forward. Hips are shifting back. And use the leverage of that right arm against your left thigh to twist a little deeper as you exhale. Big breath in. Exhale and twist. One more breath. Next, inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale and bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and forward fold. Separate your feet. And maybe take gorilla pose this time, taking the hands underneath the front of the feet. So toes are up by your wrists. Soften your knees and you can pull yourself down that way. If you prefer ragdoll or the big toe with peace fingers, you can take that also. But any forward fold, just to release that deep twist. Couple of breaths. Okay, gently release from your forward fold. Bring your big toes back together. Inhale and sweep it high. Exhale and forward fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale, hands come down, step it back to high push-up. In your high push-up, pull the belly in, wrap the elbows in. Big breath. Exhale, lower halfway down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Hands and tops of feet. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walk it out, big breath in. And exhale. Long breath in. And out. Inhale, lift that right leg up nice and high. Exhale, bring knee to nose. Inhale, lift that right leg high. Exhale, bring it through for runner's lunge. So trying to get the foot past the thumb. If it doesn't make there, you can try to scooch it forward. And then we're going to come right into warrior one. So go ahead and drop your back heel down. You can keep your hands on the floor while you set yourself up. And then once you're ready, pull the belly in and rise up. So heel to heel alignment is a general start for warrior one. You can always widen your stance. I like my feet a little bit wider. And we're all going to bring our hands to our hips and just see if we can get them level and facing towards the front as much as possible. And then sweep the arms back up. Big breath in. As you exhale, fly the arms behind you, airplane arms. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, fly them behind you. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, fly them behind you. Inhale. And exhale. This time, inhale, rise up. Take those hands behind your back. If you can, interlace them and open up your heart. We're coming into humbled warrior from here. Long breath in, leading with your heart as you come down and allowing your head to rest. See if you can float those arms away from the body. Couple of breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Breath in and breath out. Gently make your way back up. Full warrior one, inhale, and open it up, warrior two. We're going to continue to turn until your feet are in 5-pointed star. So big toes forward or even slightly pigeon-toed in. Here's your 5-pointed star. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, begin to lower yourself down. Keep the spine long. Looking at, again, that edge of your mat. Bringing hands to the floor. Maybe putting those thumbs in your hip crease to make sure you're folding from there. And then once you get down, you can totally round into it and soften. Again, keeping knees soft. If you like to go upside down into an inversion, that's a really great place to go to from here. Or you can just enjoy this wide-legged forward fold. Breathing in and breathing out. Gently bringing your hands underneath your heart. You're going to bring your hands to your hips now. Pull your belly in. Make your knees nice and soft. And rise all the way up. Let's turn to face the other direction now. So we're going to find our warrior one feet. Facing the other direction. Okay? So now you're in warrior one on the left. Hands to hips. And then reach the arms up nice and high. Big breath in. Exhale, airplane arms. In breath, sweep it up. Exhale, airplane arms. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, airplane. Big breath in. And out. Last one. This time rising up, finding your bind. Getting into full humble posture. Open up your chest, inhale. Lead with your heart as you exhale. Allow your head to get heavy, shake it out. Arms lift behind you. Finding nice long Ujjayi breath here. And then gently pulling yourself back up. Full warrior one, releasing the arms up. And open it up, warrior two. And then finding your 5-pointed star. This time we're going to go into goddess. So go ahead and turn your toes out now. And sometimes I like to bring one hand on my lower belly, one hand on my lower back, just to make sure that my tailbone is pointed down as it should be. And then have a seat, right? So a nice deep squat. And go ahead and bring your hands to heart center. Again, find that drishti in front of you. Your eyes will stay locked there. As you inhale, press your hands forward. As you exhale, open up the arms. As you inhale, reach up. You can straighten the legs if you want to. As you exhale, sit down. Inhale, press through. Open up. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale and sit. One more inhale, press forward. Exhale, open. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale and sit. Beautiful job. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, find warrior two facing the front, right side. And we're going to come into one more balance from here. So let's find our block. We're going to come into balancing half moon. I like to start with my left hand on my hip. And then I'm going to bring the block right to the outside of that right foot. And bring it down. So you can start with your hips kind of level and square. And then maybe even bend that left flying leg until you can stack the hips. Then maybe straighten the leg out. And then maybe float that left hand up. And then the last piece is you can bring your gaze up towards the sky. If you're not feeling super secure where you are, just keep your gaze at the floor. One more big breath in. And long breath out. All right, gently make your way back to that warrior two. Flipping that front palm, inhale in reverse. Exhale in cartwheel, come all the way down. Flowing through vinyasa, maybe 3-limbed. So keep that right leg high. Let's give it a try here. And then fly to your high push-up on 3 limbs. Chaturanga on your 3 limbs. 2 feet down for up dog. And exhale. Downward facing dog. And walk it out. Big breath in. And sigh it out. Long breath in. And long breath out. All right, let that left leg float nice and high. As you exhale, bring knee to your nose. Inhale, float it nice and high. And exhale, bring it through. So again, let's start with warrior 1 feet. So you're going to drop that back heel down. You're going to pull your belly in. And you're going to sweep the arms up. Big breath in. And out. Long breath in. And long breath out. Let's open it up now to warrior 2. So reaching again, arms forward and back. Bringing your hands on your hips. Okay, we're going to take a different flow on this side. So we did our humbled warrior both left and right. So I'm going to have you inhale, sweep the arms high and straighten that front leg. Your feet are still in warrior 2. And then I want you to bring your arms out with palms facing in the same direction as your hips. And then bring your right hand behind your head. As you inhale, reverse. So really reach. Big breath in. And exhale. So concentrate on that left side body. Big breath in and reach. Exhale. One more big breath in. And exhale. Now gently make your way into triangle. Both arms come out. Reaching that left arm forward and rotating the upper body, tilting it until that left hand can come down. Maybe on a block, maybe on the lower leg. If you want more of a challenge, you can always reach that arm forward or towards your head. And we're going to breathe here. Big breath in. And long breath out. Inhale. And exhale. Gently make your way back. We're going to find our horse pose from here. So again, turn your feet out. And maybe one hand on your belly, one hand on your lower back, and drop the hips. And this time we'll take some little twists. Okay, so go ahead and bring your hands to the inner thighs. Pinkies are near your knees. And as you take an in-breath, get long. As you take an out-breath, look over your right shoulder. Left shoulder comes down. Inhale, center. Exhale, opposite side. Inhale, center. Exhale, look over right shoulder. Inhale. And exhale. Take one more set. Inhale, center. Exhale. Last time, inhale. And exhale, look over left shoulder. Beautiful job. So we're going to come back up to standing. And we're going to take our triangle pose and our reverse on the other side. So go ahead and turn to face the back of your mat. Right foot. And we'll start with warrior two. As you inhale, sweep up. You're going to bring that left hand behind your head. And then let's reverse. Inhale, sweep. Reaching that right arm back. Exhale, reach further. Inhale, get long. Exhale and reach a little further. Feel that beautiful side body stretch. And then begin to straighten out. Arms straight and with your hips. And then reaching forward and tilting your body. Triangle pose. So again, in your triangle, you can bring that right hand down to your lower leg, a block. Maybe you can reach the floor. Maybe reaching that right arm forward. Pulling belly in. Turning your heart towards the sky. And gently make your way back up. And let's take a forward fold here. So this time let's interlace our fingers, bringing a bind. If this doesn't feel good, you can take any other variation. Soften your knees. Make sure your big toes are forward or slightly pointed in. And hinging at the hips, keeping spine long as you transition. And then once you're there, you can completely soften and bow into it. So we don't want to lock the knees in these forward folds. We want to keep them at least micro bent, so just at least a little bend. And again, if you're someone that likes to go upside down, you can do that from here. And then pull the belly in, soften the knees more as you rise up. And then we're going to turn to face the front of our mat. So we're in warrior two on the left side. We have to come into our balancing half moon on this side now. So go ahead and grab your block, maybe in your left hand or have it ready. Right hand on your hip, and then begin to make your way there. So one step at a time. Bring the hand down, the block down. Float your right leg up. Maybe bend the right knee as you open the hip just to take a little balance out of it. And then straighten the leg. It only has to come up hip height. And then maybe float that right arm up. Again, try not to lock that left leg. Maybe gaze lifts up towards the sky. And as you're ready, you're going to make your way back to warrior two. Gently landing as gracefully as you can. Some days are more graceful than others. Flip that front palm, inhale in reverse. Exhale to cartwheel. We're going to take that three-limbed vinyasa on this side. So sweep that left leg high. Flow into your high push-up. Take an in-breath. Exhale, lower down, three limbs. Feet come down for up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog, and walk it out. Big breath in and out. Let's find our tabletop pose here, hands and knees. And let's do those side to sides as we started with at the beginning. So same shoulder, same hip coming together, rocking the hip side to side. And we're going to take a modified plank pose here. So what I'm going to have you do is come into a nice long, strong tabletop, okay? And then take your right foot and create a little kickstand. So you're going to bring that right foot out just a little bit as you come out onto that right knee and right hand. Go ahead and bring your left hand to your hip and lift that left leg up. So here you can stay. If you feel strong here, you can reach that left arm over your head. And if you feel strong here, take a nice long deep breath in, and then as you exhale, bring elbow and knee together. Inhale, reach. Exhale, curl. Inhale, reach. Exhale, curl. We're going to do 5 more. Three more. Last one. Now get long and bring that hand down first, and then the knee can come down. Bring that right foot back in line. We'll take a few cat and cow postures. Big breath in, drop the belly. Exhale and round. Big breath in. Exhale to cat. Inhale to cow. And exhale to cat. Okay, we're going to take that on the other side. I'm going to turn around. Okay, you don't have to. All right, we're going to try that on the other side. So left foot kicks out like a little kickstand. Make your way onto that left side, left knee and left hand. Try to get that wrist in line with your shoulder there. Right hand on your hip, right leg comes up. Stay here or reach that arm forward. Big breath in. Exhale and curl. Knee to elbow. Breath in and breath out. Inhale and exhale. 5 more. Last 2. Lengthen it back out, and your right hand's going to come down. Your left knee can come down, and take a few cow and cats at your own pace. As you're ready, you're going to root down again through the hands, tuck the toes, find that down dog. Walk it out. Bend your knees, look to your hands, and step your feet to the front. Inhale, find your halfway lift. Exhale and bow forward. Inhale and sweep all the way up. So we're going to take a tree pose here. You can allow your arms just to come back down. Separate your feet and just rock everything out side to side. So nice and simple and easy. Just allow your arms to be heavy and rock it out. I'm going to give you options of a typical power tree that would bring the foot to the inside of the standing leg. I'm also going to offer you figure 4 pose, which is a deeper hip opener. So you can take either or, okay? So let's start by bringing feet together. Big toes touch and heels are slightly separate. You're going to bring your arms up. And then as you exhale, find your version of tree. So maybe that toe stays on the ground. You can start with your right foot coming in for tree. You can bring it up to the calf. Maybe bring it up to the thigh. The other option is to bring it into figure 4. If you're doing that, you're going to cross your ankle on top of that left thigh and flex that right foot nice and hard. Hands come into heart center, and then you're going to begin to sink your hips down. So you can really feel that in the outer right hip. If you want to take this a little deeper, you can begin to bring your elbows out to the front of that right leg And you're going to hook that right foot around the upper left arm to create a little bit of a bind there. And then you can sink your hips even lower. Maybe bring your hands to the floor if they reach. Couple more breaths. And we're going to try to ease our way back out, bringing hands back to heart, gently coming back up, and we'll stand on 2 feet. Arms come out and shake it out side to side. Let's take that on the other side here. Feet come together, big toes touch. Arms come all the way up as you breathe in. Ooh, I can feel the sun coming out. And as you release, maybe bring that left foot in. Typical power tree, maybe figure 4. Left ankle on top of right thigh. Hands at heart center. Flexing that left foot. Beginning to sink your hips down. Now here you can stay. You can take it deeper. Elbows come to the front of that left leg. Hooking left foot around that upper right arm. Maybe hands to the floor as you sink your hips a little lower. If it's too much in that outer left hip, please back off. Maybe bring blocks under the hands. Really root down through that right foot. We're going to make our way back up. So you want a lot of stability there in that right foot. Hands come back to heart if they're not there. And gently make your way back up to standing. Stand on 2 feet and shake it out. Okay, we're going to make our way onto the mat for some stretches. So let's step to the front of our mat now. And we'll take a big sweep up, inhale. Exhale and bow forward. Inhale halfway. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step it back high, push up. Flowing through a vinyasa if you'd like to. You can also just meet right in downward facing dog. And once you're there, inhale, sweep that right leg up. So if you did that figure 4, you're going to feel pretty open right now for half pigeon. You're going to bring that right leg in. And as you begin to sink down in your half pigeon, just take a block and put it underneath that right hip if your hip doesn't sit all the way down onto the mat. And I wouldn't worry so much about how open this pigeon leg is, meaning how far away from your body. It's pretty hard to get it straight across the mat, which is what people are always concerned about. So be more concerned about that right thigh being in line with the edge of your mat, parallel. And then begin to sink down. We're just going to be here for a couple of breaths. Maybe you can lay all the way down on that pigeon leg. If you'd like to add a quad stretch, which can be really nice here, you're going to come up onto the hands. You're going to bend that left knee and reach back with your left hand. And pull that foot towards your tush, keeping your chest forward. Big breath in. And out. One more breath. Gently release that foot, don't let it flop. We're going to sweep that left leg all the way around. Bring that left foot to the outside of our right thigh. We're going to find a bit of a spinal twist here. So keep your left hand down, sweep your right arm up. Take a big breath in. And exhale, find your twist. So that right elbow goes to the outside of that left thigh. Look over your left shoulder. Drawing breath in to get long. And exhale to twist. Big breath in. And long breath out. Gently release. Coming forward now, finding your tabletop or downward facing dog to get into your half pigeon on the other side. So you'll lift that left leg high. Bring the left leg underneath you. Again, lining up your left thigh so that it's parallel with that left edge of your mat. Bring a block under the left hip unless it's sitting on the floor, and then begin to rest over that pigeon leg. Just a few breaths here on this side. Again, an option to add in that quad stretch. If you'd like to do that, you come up onto the hands. You bend that right knee, reach back for that right foot, bringing the heel towards the glute. Chest faces forward. This right side is much tighter this morning for me. Our bodies are never totally in balance, that's for sure. Gently release that foot to bring it around for your twist, so that right foot comes to the outside of that left thigh. And getting ready to twist, that right hand stays down, sweep left arm up. And as you exhale, bring the elbow to the outside of that right thigh and look over right shoulder. Big breath in. And long breath out. One more breath in. And exhale. Gently unwinding. We're going to bring both feet out in front of us, keeping those knees bent. You'll reach your arms forward, pulling the belly in, and just a slow roll down all the way onto your backs. And you can find a stick pose, get nice and long, reaching the arms above your head, pointing your toes. So creating some traction in the body as you inhale. You really want to reach through those arms. Big breath in. Exhale and release. Big breath in and reach. Exhale and release. One more time. Okay. We're going to come into just some back bends before we find our inversion and our Shavasana. So if you have a block, go ahead and grab it for bridge pose. Okay, so we're going to take 2 back bends. If you like wheel, you can take 2 wheels. If you like bridge, you can take 2 bridges. I'm going to start with bridge and then take wheel on my second set. Okay, so I'm going to have you take your block and squeeze it between your thighs. And you can play with whether you use the wide, depending on the size of your block. I like to use the wide side of mine, right? Not super wide, but the mid-width. And then really root down through the feet. So your feet should be about hips width distance. And then you're gonna bring your hands down and start very slowly lifting your hips up. Finding your bridge. So you're trying to get your weight into your shoulders. So as you get higher and higher, you can scooch those shoulder blades together underneath you, maybe even bind the hands. So that's one option. The other option is you can kind of bring your elbows down and palms face in towards one another, fingers reach up towards the sky as you lift the hips. So lift the hips, squeeze the block. Here's your bridge pose. Couple more breaths here. See if you can get any higher. And as you're ready, gently release. We're going to find our stick pose once more. It's tempting to go right into a self-hug, but let's get long first. So reaching those arms and legs. Big breath in. And exhale. Now, if you want to bring those knees into your chest, little self-hug here, and rock it out side to side. And now you can decide what you want to do for second set. You can stick with bridge pose. You can come into wheel. If you're going into bridge pose, you can make it a little more challenging, right? By lifting one leg up and then swapping out the other leg. So you can really make this into anything that you like for your back bend, your second back bend. I'm going to go into wheel. So bring your feet as close as you can to your tush, and then bring your hands down. See if you can just dust the back of your heels with your fingertips. And again, keep those feet nice and straight and about hips width. If you're going to come into wheel, you bring your hands by your ears. Finger points point the same direction as your toes, so they're going towards your shoulders there. Hug the elbows in as you really press up, hands and feet. Make sure you're breathing. Using equally your hands and your feet to lift up, press up through the hips. Couple more breaths. To come down, you want to tuck your chin and lower down slowly. And again, finding your stick pose first. Arms and legs reach. Big breath in, get long, create that beautiful stretch. Exhale and relax. Big breath in. And exhale to release. Okay, let's bring those knees back up. You can take self-hug one more time. If you like happy baby, you can separate the knees, grab onto the feet, and press down through the mat at your sacrum. So really press that sacrum down and then take a big breath in. Exhale, pull down on the feet. And then maybe rock side to side if that feels good, giving yourself a little massage on the lower back there. And we'll move into our inversion. So I'm going to offer waterfall. You can take any inversion that's in your practice that you like best. Let's bring our feet down, lift our hips up as if we were going back into bridge, and we'll take our block and bring it underneath our sacrum, right underneath our tush. And go ahead and lift the legs up nice and high. Maybe take a couple of moments to point and flex and rock out the ankles. If you like, you can also lift the arms up, roll out the wrists. And eventually finding some stillness here in your inversion. Maybe closing your eyes. And allow the breath to be nice and easy now. Your heart rate will slow. You'll feel that soothing and calming sensation going through the body. This will prepare you nicely to go into your final rest, your Shavasana. And take your time, but as you're ready, you're going to make your way out. So you can release your feet down, bring your arms down if they were also up. Set your block aside and choose your final place for Shavasana. Sometimes when I go into those deeper back bends, I really like to rest with my feet nice and wide and my knees dropped in. It's a really kind of therapeutic posture for your low back. You can also go back to Supta Baddha Konasana where we started with feet together and knees dropped out, or just legs down the mat. Maybe one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart, or arms away from you, palms face up. So anything that you feel, you can find your most comfortable rest. Make your way there. And together we'll take a deep breath in through the nose. Sigh it out. And rest. And please stay in your Shavasana as long as you would like to before you face your day. Thanks so much for joining us at Mystic Fitness. Namaste.